reality that you can get access to.
Let's put atheists aside.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. Of course, we don't have access to the Big Bang, but we can work out.
Yeah, there's this means of like finding that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And there was the microwaves. And
yeah, I think. Well,
yeah,
I think you're forcing your.
The thing about naturalism is that how does it account for the metaphysical?
Well, in some ways it doesn't. So you think there must be something that generated the Big Bang, but that something wasn't a person.
I'm not in my head.
It could be an unconscious agent.
Sometimes I'm willing to accept the notion.
No, I think an agent implies consciousness.
That's why I specifically said unconscious.
Yeah, so not an agent either.
Not an agent. Okay.
So just more of nature. So the universe is two ways of understanding the universe. One is everything that there is, and the other thing is what's generated since the Big Bang.
That makes sense.
The things like the multiverse, so it could be other universes that came from other Big Bangs. We don't know.
I really don't prescribe to it. I really think that's just pulling out of my hat or something.
No, well, there is evidence for it. It's just not overwhelming evidence. Okay. So we don't know yet.
Yeah, we leave it till the ages to find out.
Yeah. So it could be that there's a lot more than just our universe. So the whole of everything, we'll call that the universe, and that could be all there is. And we just don't understand it very well.
Okay, so the universes that are popping into existence, expanding, and they happen to have life, and then they don't happen to have life, and there's an infinite amount of them.
Could be.
But that's not what you believe.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I believe. So you don't need to have everything wrapped up and clear. You just think, okay, my understanding is there's no gods, there's no ghosts, there's no elves, and that's that.
So you're saying that there's no metaphysical aspect to reality?
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
That's interesting. I mean, obviously, I believe that there's God, and that there's spirituality, and then there's hell and heaven, and there's angels and other things.
Yeah.
But then,
are you a Christian or Muslim?
Muslim. But
okay.
the thing about me is though, right? I also understand that science doesn't explain much. Science just tells you how things work, right?
Well, that's what
it gives you a framework, right? No. It won't explain you in the sense that why is it like that, or why is it here. It won't give you any.
Well, why is a sort of personal question. You say, why is the kettle on? It's because someone wanted to make a cup of tea
or coffee. Or
yeah, that's right. So imply that when you ask a why in that kind of way, you're already saying there's a person. But if you don't know before there's a person or not, you say, what's the explanation?
Are you saying when you say it's a person in the sense it's a god, like or something like about nature?
Sorry, I don't.
So wait. When you say that, when you ask the question why, you're implying that there's a god.
Sometimes there is. So the way people ask it, it makes it sound like there's a god. Like if there's why is there something rather than nothing, it makes it sound like there has to be an agent that caused it.
Wouldn't that be?
But you could say, well, there's just something full stop.
Wouldn't that be the rational inference when you ask the why? Because when you say why there is something rather than nothing, it kind of leads to the fact there must have been a higher being.
Why does water boil at 100 degrees and not 110 degrees?
Naturalism
that doesn't imply a person.
No, but that naturalism accounts for that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm talking about something that naturalism doesn't.
Well, it could do, but we just don't know.
No, it's naturalism. Okay, the framework that naturalism accounts within is science, right? So you use science to rationalize things.
That's the that's his biggest tool in the box, for sure.
The thing about science is, though, right? It can only be worked upon something that's observable, testable, verifiable, things like that, right? And when it comes down to metaphysical, that's never the case. Therefore, you use the wrong tools for
the multiverse could become verified.
The multiverse has what backing it? Like what kind of theories?
What it would be like the Higgs boson. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, the HB something.
Yeah, with the that's right. So someone had this theory about the Higgs boson in 1960. Of course, it's called Higgs, and it was just a theory. No one could test it. Eventually, they could test it with the Hadron Collider a few years ago, and wow. is a thing. It's now confirmed. Well, the same sort of thing could happen. There's a theory about how everything came, and it predicts there's been multiverses. It predicts.
Yeah, but at the moment, okay. So you're saying,
anyway, so eventually you could test it.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
From what can be observed, you then show
to me that sounds very religious orientated. You don't see that. You don't see that. Do you?
The Higgs thing is all science.
No, that's fine. But I'm talking about the process behind it, right? For example, I'm going to put an idea out, okay, right? Someone in the future is going to verify, right, or disprove it.
Yeah.
So, firstly, my idea itself is basically hot air because it's not proven and it's not disproven.
It's not hot air.
It's just taken down on paper and looked
tentative.
Yeah, right. It's taken down on paper and it's looked at like now and again over the years.
Yeah.
Okay, but then you also like put it down in the sense, from a religious perspective, it's more like, oh yeah, there's going to be a prophet after me. You know, I'm saying that there's this, right, and there's going to be someone after me and he's going to confirm it, right? And that's how religion works.
Yeah, but religion works with you think you know, whereas with science, if you don't know, you don't know, and you don't pretend to know. That's the difference.
Yeah, but what speciality does that put into a mix? They're both on the same level when it comes down to actual verification of it. I want to put something here, and then another prophet down the line will deal with it.
Well, I'm not really counting everything you're saying. When you talk of God, that's never going to be verified because there's never going to be more evidence coming in, is there? Whereas with science, more evidence is coming in all the time.
In the sense of verifying God, right? The way a theist does it is, you know, when he dies, he's going to meet with God.
yeah, okay, well, that's not very helpful.
No, it's not, but that's from a theist perspective. So when you're talking about God and stuff, right, the concept of God is such that on this earth, from a Muslim thought process, this is a test. You're not going to see God until you end up dying anyway. Like, unless He wills it, and He won't will it because for the masses, the people, it's a test.
Well, why has God done it that way?
A young girl explained
why has God made a
the universe
test?
from nothing.
Yeah, why doesn't He just make Himself clear?
God has made Himself clear.
There's no evidence for God. It's just this. I've got a better explanation for why there's something rather than nothing. That's the only thing you've got.
No. When you say that, why doesn't God make Himself clear, right?
Yeah.
So God sent down messengers. God sent down books with the messages within that.
Yeah, but you don't. Well, okay. How do you know that your books are from God and not man-made?
I was having this discussion with someone else. I think it might. Because he was saying that God was not clearer because everyone takes their own meaning from what they.
Yeah, that's a normal atheist sort of thing to say. Yeah.
So, but from my perspective, what it is that there's three things involved up here. One is the one that is sending the message, so it's God. Then there's the message itself, but then there's the person receiving the message. Now, if the message comes, if the one who's sending it is giving a clear, logical message, right, and then the message itself is coming and is clear and logical, but the person that receives it has his own twist on it, has his own interpretation on it. Is that the fault of God, of the message, or is that the person's own fault?
God. Because God didn't design the person receiving the message well enough, or he didn't match the message to the capabilities of the person receiving it.
I see what you're saying, but the thing behind that is like God made a person to have his own faculties, right? And have his own free will. Now, if the combination of the two for that person, right, with the combination of the two, if that person ends up saying, you know what, this message is not clear, I'm going to go and do something else, it's not God's fault.
Well, if they didn't put in due diligence, then it's not God's fault. But if after putting in due diligence and they found that they weren't capable of having a clear answer, then it's God's fault.
Okay, now if I say that I did my due diligence, right, and it's got a clear answer in it for me,
right, and someone else has done their due diligence, has got a completely different answer, then God's got it wrong.
Then it's not God's fault.
Well, whose fault is it? Everyone's tried their best.
I tell you why. Because it's not about fault as much as a person's own perspective and his own free will to come and accept the message.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you read a verse of the Quran or the Bible, whatever, right, and you go away thinking that, hey, you know, I'm allowed to kill people, right? And if I read it, right, and I come out with, hey, you know what? that actually tells me not to kill people.
Yeah.
Right? Is it if that person goes and kills someone, is it the verse's fault?
If it's capable of someone who's really tried hard to understand it and they end up understanding it wrong, then it's God's fault.
Firstly, that same verse made me think not to kill people.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one thing. The other thing is that other person, right? He wanted to kill people.
Well, he didn't do due diligence then.
No, I mean it could also be most likely he just wanted to kill people.
Yeah.
Right. He was unhappy. He had some issues. His wife was shit. Whatever. Right. He found something that he can manipulate in his own thought process to say he can go kill people.
Yeah, if that's the situation, you're right.
Yeah, but that's what happens. It's not like a person reads a verse, right, and says, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go kill people because of this.
Yeah. But we're still not quite talking about what I'm asking for. So even if the Quran is absolutely clear and everyone gets the same message, it's all beautiful, no one kills anybody, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Still, how do you know that's from God? Couldn't it be from some genius person who wrote a lovely book?
Well, everyone has their own reasons for believing. Firstly, I believe that there is a God, right? Therefore, I need to go look for one, right?
Right.
So when I go look for one, I have my own criteria, my own understanding.
But how do you know that God will write a book in the first place?
No, I don't know if there's a book or not. Firstly, God will. If I'm looking for God, I would be like, God needs to communicate with me. I can't go out into outer space or beyond the universe and try to find God. So God has to come to me in that respect.
Yeah.
Right. So if it happens to be via a book, it happens to be via a book. If it's via a phone call, I don't know. Right. So in this case, it's via some books.
But if you decide God has to communicate to you, then eventually you're going to find something that works for you.
Yeah,
but what about God if he doesn't want to communicate? Then how do you know that?
Firstly, I look for something that literally says this is God, and I'm telling you, like, this is a message of God.
Yeah. But it sounds to me a bit desperate.
I want to look into. No, it's not. Like desperation.
The desperate is that I've got to find something where God is speaking, and I'll just pick anything.
It all comes from the fact that, like, if I believe that there is a God out there.
Right.
So if I've got enough, if my faculty is saying that, you know what, the universe doesn't come from nothing.
Yeah.
From nothing, you can't get something, right?
Yeah.
And a few other, like, philosophical arguments.
Yeah. So there was always something.
Yeah.
That doesn't get you to God.
A few other philosophical arguments, right? I mean, even like, where did life come from? Like things like that. Like, as a personal thing, right? If I happen to use my rationale.
I'll grant you all that. You have worked out that God exists.
My own rationale tells me that there is a God, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, all right, fine. This, maybe. Okay, now I need to find out who this God is. It's not out of desperation. It's the fact that there is a God. I was created by a God. I need to have a relationship with that God. It's not out of desperation. It's a purpose of my creation.
Yeah.
Right. So then it comes my duty that, you know what, God put me on this earth. I need to go find His message. Right. If it happens to come via books or via messengers, that's how.
But still, that's a leap. God could put you on this earth for you to enjoy living.
He could,
without there being any message from Him of any kind.
Okay, but there are messages out there that claim to be from God.
Yes, and they could all be wrong.
Now you're going to many theories of theories. Firstly, God doesn't have to give you a message. Secondly, if He gives you a message, it's wrong. But the reality,
I think these are
But the reality is that there are books that are written, right, that claim to be from God. So if we're going to keep it on the natural claim, right, that is the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So now I've got these books out here, right, that claim to be from God. Right now they could all be wrong.
Yeah, of course.
So I tend to look at them, right, and to go through them, tend to check the concept of God out, see what they say to me, a few other things like that, right? And then I go and find, you know what, maybe it's Islam, maybe it's Christianity, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how it works for like a person with a theist.
Yeah. But you have to also have an option that there's no God. There's no book that is a message from God. There is a God, but no message.
You're right. Now, the reality is that there are books that claim to be from God.
Yeah.
Okay, there could be an option that all these books are wrong, therefore there's no book from God.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as
all the books disagree with each other, and they all seem to be equally.
They don't all disagree with each other, I think anyway. Right? But people might disagree, but I don't think all the books disagree.
Well, the Bible says that God is three persons.
No, the Bible doesn't say that.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
The Bible has the
Christians,
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
But that they don't. Okay, that verse got taken out by the way. When it says and then
They're all mentioned
No, but
in different places in the Bible.
No. Be specific, right? Don't just put it out there.
Yeah.
Like, even Christians have not shown me in the Bible that the Trinity, for example, is true. They've not shown me like nothing like actual verses like that. So I'm quite interested in you doing this.
Yeah, well, I used to be a Christian, so I was familiar with where it talks about Jesus saying, "I and the Father are one."
Yeah, as you and I are one, and he says to people. So, and one in purpose, right? I share the same purpose that the Father shares, and then all of you share the same purpose that I share.
Well, God with us is the name of Jesus.
Yeah, which is fine. God is with everyone. In the Quran it says that Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein.
Yeah.
Right? So God is closer to me. God is with me more than my jugular vein.
Yeah. But sort of 99% of Christians interpret the Bible.
That's different. But what I'm saying is that the people might do it differently, but the books, they don't really tend to disagree.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I was saying, so
there's more differences. I just picked up one that I know is that exercises Muslims a lot. That Christianity's got it wrong over the Trinity.
Oh, but I wouldn't say Christianity. I say Christians got it wrong over the Trinity because I don't see Trinity in the book, and you haven't been able to show it to me either.
Well,
your attempt, your right.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I've got no skin in the game.
You haven't.
Yeah.
But this is just for this is for clarification because that's what you went with. And it wasn't
I should have gone something different.
Sorry, yeah. What I was trying to say is that so you're saying that there's an option where there could be no book from God. So as I travel through like my little journey where I'm like looking for the books and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
I haven't actually fall upon one to say, you know what? From every angle that I look at this religion and this book seems to be from God.
Yeah.
So that is a more rational way of one rational way of doing it.
So you think that the Quran is from God?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because no other books are such a good candidate.
That would be it. I mean,
why do you think that Muhammad was dreaming on the cave?
I'm sorry?
Why do you think that Muhammad was dreaming on the cave?
I don't know if he was dreaming. I thought he was meditating. Is there a difference?
Dreaming?
No, meditating. Is there a difference?
Because he said that he had revelation. He was dreaming about those things.
No.
He was a dreamer.
Meditation. I'm sorry. People meditate, right? Have you ever meditated?
Islam is not a religion. It's a culture.
Not really. Prayed, but not meditated.
Some people say it's the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But people meditate. What's wrong with that? No, it's meditating. I'm sorry. Where did you get the word dreaming from?
Because the thing is that he had revelation. He had revelation. You had revelation. You were dreaming.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Not your opinion. No, because the difference is that Christianity has documents, historical documents, and your religion, it is based on dreams.
I like your opinion.
No, opinion is the truth.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to say?
It's the truth. And you don't it's the truth.
No,
I'm looking for something a bit more solid than, well, it seems to make sense to me, so I'll go with it.
No. I mean, that's like. So you're talking about like why would a person believe that the Quran is from God?
Yeah.
Okay. It's literally your own rational faculties, right? Like for me personally, there are verses in the Quran that speak to me in a rational way, right? So you got, for example, when the people were mocking, they were mocking Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying that how can your God, you're claiming that your God can bring us back even after we're dead, right? Because he was talking about resurrection and such, right? And then the verse came saying that Allah can recreate you. Not only recreate you, but we'll be able to recreate the tips of your fingers in perfect order, right? And we know Very nice. Sorry, let me just finish this little point.
Yeah, give it a go.
So, and you know how unique fingerprints are.
Right, yeah.
So when the verse says that that Allah will even recreate on resurrection, will even recreate the tips of your finger. To me, it shows that wow, like that when the recreation, when the resurrection takes place, Allah will recreate so perfectly that even the uniqueness of our fingertips will be intact.
Well, that's your take on it.
No.
But it's poetic that right to your extremes.
I'm sorry,
the tips of your fingers, you will recreate everything. That's what it sounds like to me.
No. In perfect order, that the tips of your fingers will be created in perfect order.
Yeah, as they are now. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Fingerprints isn't order.
No, fingerprints
order
is order.
1, 2, 3,
No.
4, 5.
No, that's the order of your fingers. Not the order of the finger of your tip. Tip of your fingers.
Yeah. So correctly, perfect order.
Perfect order over here on my fingerprints.
Yeah. If I say this car is in perfect order, it means it's all working. So if I recreate this car for you, it's not saying.
Okay. Working wise, a fingertip has no work other than holding that fingerprint. That's the joint that you're talking about. So the tips of your finger to me highlights fingerprints.
Well, that's because you're looking at it from
No. When someone says perfect order recreation of a fingerprint, right? I'll be like, what is it so unique that Allah didn't talk about your brain being recreated? Sorry, they talk about your brain. They talk about like your eyes, right? That the verse specifically singles out the order of your fingers.
It's poetic.
It's not poetic. It could be poetic about. I'm sorry. It could be poetic about your earlobes.
Well,
if right now it said
extreme. That's why it's poetic language. Right to the tips of your fingers.
The tips.
Tips.
Yeah, I know there are two of them as well. No, it's not about me. Look, I agree that the Quran has poetic aspects. Right, which is what you're probably familiar with as well.
Well, that's what I'm going for. Yeah.
Right, but this I didn't talk about the poetic nature. I didn't even say in Arabic the poetic nature. I literally went down to your fingertip and the perfect ordering of it. So for me, I wasn't even putting this onto you.
A verse about fingertips.
I wasn't even putting this onto you. I was saying for me personally, that
Is this you? Oh, right.
You wrote that book? Wow.
Oh, you're a Christian?
Yeah. You couldn't tell that when you were saying like your religion, my religion.
Oh, no, I wasn't listening right.
Yeah, I was.
So what? Okay, let's grill you now. Why do you believe the Bible?
I don't say anything.
Why not?
Oh, you haven't finished with me though.
Well, it's the same question for you both, folks. You both have a holy book.
I'm sorry.
Why should I believe it?
I'm sorry. You asked me why I happen to believe. I said that there's certain aspects of the Quran that speak to me logically.
13.
Certain.
Oh, certain. Right. I thought, well, no, I'm not here for another 13, am I?
Wait, did you get 13 before for something? I don't know.
I thought you said 13.
So why didn't you believe in a God?
Well, I looked at the evidence and there wasn't any.
What evidence did you look at?
Cosmological argument,
Which is
design arguments.
Let's pick on one, cosmological argument.
Okay, yeah, that was one I looked at. I think if you want to run it and say, okay, like Thomas Aquinas' version, everything has a cause, or there's a prime mover. He did it in 5 different ways. It all sort of goes back to this uncaused cause, or this first mover. So in modern science, we say the cause of the Big Bang. All of that goes back to something, but it doesn't go back to a person. It goes back to something.
No, because they can't
we don't know.
They can't complete it.
Something that's already always been there.
Yeah. So I mean, the reason why they do that, I think, is because you might have the issue of the infinite regress otherwise, right? So you can't carry on.
You sort of got infinite regress, but the thing is, before the Big Bang, there was no time.
Yeah, of course. There's no space either.
It's difficult to have an infinite sequence of events in time when there's no time.
No, you can have an infinite sequence of universes coming and going.
That could be it. Yeah. But that's one theory. It's not very highly.
It's not a very good theory, right?
Well, it's coming back. But
is it?
We don't know. Yeah, it's coming back.
I thought that would have.
Have you heard of Skydive Hill?
Which one?
Skydive Phil. Oh, okay. He does videos and things on cosmology from a kind of metaphysical point of view. And he's been on, on the Unbelievable show.
No, we were talking about the universe is coming and going.
Yeah, and he said that actually that's beginning to get more of a traction. Yeah.
That will fall into infinite regress, which means we won't ever get where we are right now.
Well, that's a sequence of events in time.
If you have an infinite sequence of events in time, you won't get the present. If you have an infinite history, you won't get the present.
No, we're here.
Come on. I thought you knew about this. Like you were a bit more logical.
Yeah, there's nothing illogical about us being here in the sequence in the
infinite.
sequence. So it's infinite that way. It's infinite that way. Wherever you are in the sequence, you're still infinite that way and infinite that way. So what's the problem being here in the sequence?
So when you get infinite that way, right? So for example, let's say you got a gun, right? And you're ready to shoot, like, I don't know, a candle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you need permission from your commander, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if that request for permission goes into infinite regress, so it's an infinite series of histories,
Yeah.
right? Would you ever get the permission to like shoot the candle?
Well, infinitely back there, the command was issued, and it come down, and then
You won't get it.
and then you issue the command.
No, okay. The present situation will be that candle will not be shot.
If you hear and you ask a question and expect an answer to come back, it's not going to happen. You're right, but that's not the picture. It's not the picture of here we are asking a question back up the sequence and waiting for the answer. Because it's not going to happen. It's going to go up the sequence and it's never going to come back. So that isn't the picture of what we're talking about.
No, that is literally it. You won't get this universe, right? If there was an infinite history of universes.
Why not?
Because there'd be an infinite regress. So this universe won't come out of that universe, right? Because that universe was still waiting to come out of that universe, which is still waiting to come out
it's not still waiting. It has already. The message has come back down the line. Because you never send a message up the line.
No.